Wait, what? Woody Allen and Donald Trump? Are they buddies? Not exactly, but the filmmaker just dropped a compliment that has everybody's head spinning. So let's get into what he said and why.
Okay, you are not going to believe this. But before we get into all the juicy details, do me a quick favor and absolutely smash that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on explainers like this one.
So, let's get right to it. What in the world did Woody Allen just say about Donald Trump that's causing this much of a stir?
All right, so this all went down during a recent interview with Bill Maher, and Woody Allen offered some, let's just say, unexpected praise for Trump. Let's break down exactly what he said.
First up, he called Trump, and this is a direct quote, a pleasure to work with. But he didn't stop there. Right after that, he said Trump was, get this, a very good actor.
And the cherry on top? He said Trump had a real flair for show business. So, what is going on here? Where's all this praise actually coming from?
To figure that out, we've got to jump in the time machine and zip all the way back to 1998.
The scene is the set of Allen's movie Celebrity. And who makes a little cameo playing himself? You guessed it, Donald Trump. Turns out it was the only time Allen ever directed him, but man, it clearly left a huge impression.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting, because Allen draws a super clear line in the sand between Trump the actor and Trump the politician.
And you can see that split right here. For Trump the actor, you've got words like a pleasure to work with and charismatic. But then when you flip over to the politician, whoa, it's a completely different story. He's like, I'm not a Trumper, says he voted for Kamala Harris, and that he takes issue with, and this is wild, 99% of the things he stands for.
In fact, Allen said he was totally baffled that Trump even went into politics in the first place, calling the job nothing with headaches and agony. He just remembered him as this guy who, liked to go to Knicks games and judge beauty pageants. A completely different universe.
But the conversation wasn't just about Trump. Oh no. Maher went there and asked Allen directly about the controversies that have pretty much defined his own career for the last few decades.
So here's the quick rundown. The first allegations from his adopted daughter, Dylan Farrow, that was way back in '93. A few years later, Celebrity with Trump comes out. Then you fast forward to 2017, the hashtag #MeToo movement kicks into high gear, and all that scrutiny comes roaring back, which brings us right up to this new interview.
So when Maher brought it all up, Allen's response was that 2 separate investigations were done, and in his words, it was found that nothing ever happened.
He also added something pretty interesting, that he considers himself lucky this whole thing blew up again so late in his life, after he had already made most of his films. He says if he'd been younger, it would have been way more painful to deal with.
And this all brings us back full circle to a final, kind of mind-bending what if that Allen threw out there himself.
And here it is, the line that made everyone's jaw drop. I could direct him now if he would let me. Seriously, can you even begin to imagine what that movie would look like?
So that's our question for you. A movie starring a former president, directed by Woody Allen. Is that the ultimate weird Hollywood combo of all time? Or just, another Tuesday in showbiz?
We seriously want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments below. And hey, if you dug this explainer, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out.